Hello and welcome to the Chaos and For the Queen. We are a For the Cause event, a monthly live stream that helps different causes by telling different stories of different themes. And this month we are going to be telling a Star Wars tale for the Queen Amidala. Oh gosh. Welcome everybody. I hope that you all have found this channel a-okay. I'm going to my script now because I can't rip. My name is Natalie, also known as Gizmos Aplenty. You can find me on all of the socials, but we are going to be, I'm just your humble facilitator for this game. We have these amazing, incredible players on either side of me that I would like for you all to introduce yourselves. We'll go ahead and start up all the way at the top, that way. Yep, you get to start. Ada, go ahead.
Okay, hi. And I'm a cosplayer in Wolfkin. And yeah, I'll be portraying Diva. That is a healing Tainay. And yeah, I feel so for a lot of fun. Interesting gameplay.
Hello everyone, I am TechoMonk. I will be portraying Zander Wells, the Mandalorian mercenary. I will be doing a stream later today. I will be storytelling for Power Rangers, the role-playing game on the Dark Domain, starting at 8 EST later today.
Hi, hello there. I'm Katie. Also found on most socials at DragonoftheDarkRose. I am not as active on those anymore, but I am getting back to it. You can most commonly find me at BasicsoftheGame, either helping with production or being a silly little vampire in one of the games there. I am also found as a werewolf at St. Pete by Night. And I will be playing Leena Dystra, the seamstress for Padme.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah McCoy, also known as Basics of the Game here on TikTok, or here on Twitch and on TikTok, and I can be found on YouTube. I am a content creator about tabletop role-playing games and streamer and so on. And I am playing Jazan Rance, who is the tutor about the greater universe to Queen Amidala.
Hi, my name is Hazel or Mira. I don't really have anything to promote, just mostly here for the vibes, but this month's cause is very near and dear to my personal heart. I will be playing Nimwe, who is a handmaiden / alternate for the Queen Amidala.
Sorry, just drank some water. Bad timing on my part. I'm Mark, or Swolfie. You can find me on pretty much all the socials. It says Swolfie down there, but with an underscore. I will be playing Gradzka Wolfkin, just not a Mando, but still just a random mercenary. And I'll be slipping out in and out of a terrible accent because I have a hard time keeping that going.
Thank you very much for letting me know that you can't hear me. Ha 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 ha. It's all good. All of my lovely players are going to be absolutely incredible. And if you are unfamiliar with For the Queen, it is a turn-based storytelling game where all of my players are going to be answering questions and giving feedback of the world that we have created this day. Now, you may all be familiar with canon of Star Wars and Naboo, but this is not canon. We're gonna have some fun with this today, okay? So I don't want any hate comments going on in there. Only love and only donations towards our wonderful cause. Speaking of which, for this particular volume, in observance of Mental Health Awareness Month, we are raising funds towards the National Alliance of Mental Health, known as NAMI. All donations will go directly to this cause, with our goal being about $250 that you'll see right down below me. by the end of the session. However, the donations do not have to end there. With every dollar, we know that we are sparking change in the community, and you'll see our Tiltify link that I've pinned over at the chat. So go ahead and check that. Or if you want a constant reminder, just go ahead and use that ! charity, and our link will pop up for a donation. And I will tell this right now, and I'll probably tell this throughout the stream, if you donate $10, you are eligible to ask our lovely cast of crazy characters any question that you would like. This will be through and during the stream, so if you do donate and we see that you have a donation linked with your name on it and that you would like to ask a question, you, I think, can put it as a comment on the Tiltify link, or just let us know in the chat, and we will we will be sure to let you know. Thank you so much for your donation. Oh, I'm so happy that that worked. And as our fearless leader, Jazan, has already demonstrated, you can go ahead and donate $10 and have a little Anakin Skywalker meme pop up saying, "Are you an angel?" Because you've helped us. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, my lovely team, my lovely cast of crew. Are you all ready?
Yes.
All right. Lovely. To continue, I'm going to go ahead and just go over the rules really quick, just for our audience to know and to refresh all of you. I know that we kind of talked about it briefly, but just to give you a little bit more detail. So again, For the Queen is a question-based storytelling and world-building game. You, my players, will take turns answering question cards and that I will read aloud. Please interpret those questions however you wish. Again, I know we have major Star Wars nerds here. I know we have people who just know that Star Wars is a movie, kind of, possibly, but go ahead and answer however you think would just add to the world, okay? My other players, you are able to ask questions or make suggestions on other people's turn, but whether you answer those questions or include those suggestions is entirely up to you. So if someone adds something to your answer, you can choose whether to continue with it or just be like, nah, that's okay. I like my idea. We're gonna keep building that way. If a player would like to chime in with a question, please signify that by holding up a mustache up to your face. Go ahead, players. Show me your mustaches. Excellent. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Swolfie, for the donation. Oh, this is so much fun. Incredible. I love that that pops up now. As a safety tool, if you encounter a question or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, please make a big X with your arms, just like this. That content is removed from the game. If you draw a card that is removed this way by yourself or someone else, simply just draw another card and continue your turn as usual. You can also choose not to answer any of the questions. If you do so, just say pass. That question then gets moved on to the next person that can either decide they want to answer it or not. If they do not want to answer, we're going to go back to the original person and you get to draw a new card. Make sense? We're going to continue answering these question cards until the Queen is under attack. Do you defend her? Comes up. Okay? Each player will then answer that question in turn, and then the game is over. Sound pretty straightforward? Awesome. All right. Well then, without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm gonna get you into a little bit of a setting scene before we start answering our first question. So, as you know, this story always comes with a banger of an introduction. A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, we find our young ruler, Queen Padme Amidala, pacing her palace chamber. The issues of the Trade Federation have been resolved, and the alliance with the Gungans is stronger than ever before. Yet, a new threat arises. Our queen is no stranger to fighting for what is right for the people of Naboo. That is why she has asked each and every one of you, and no one else, to accompany her to broker an alliance with this distant power. She chose you because she knows that you love her. right. So, with that... Oh, no. What happened? Why did you do that? Okay. We're gonna move this over. Does this help? Guys, I'm so sorry. There we go. That was weird. Okay. Please forgive me as I worry about only having 2 screens. LOL, first world problems. I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll do this. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start at the top of the line with Ada. Ada, here is your first question. Actually, before we get to that, we didn't even introduce our characters. The Queen has chosen you, Ada. Why has she chosen you for this journey? Who are you to Queen Amidala?
I'm bodyguard that we hired for this competition. And yeah, I jumped special interest in doing that job.
Excellent, excellent. We'll go ahead and just introduce everybody. Techo, why has the Queen invited you in this retinue?
The Queen's invited me because I am also a mercenary. I have been from multiple trusted sources of I am very reliable with the jobs I do. I have never backstabbed clients.
Alrighty. Katie, Leena, we'll go ahead and just use actual character names. Leena, why has the Queen chosen you on this journey?
The Queen has chosen me to help her look her best on all her affairs, as well as maybe give a listening ear while hemming her gowns, making sure she looks her best.
Absolutely. Ugh. Who's next? Jazan. Why has she chosen you on this journey?
Well, you know, I've been around, I've seen all over the galaxy, and, you know, particularly in the outer reaches and the unexplored regions, so she figured I would be useful to help provide context and understanding.
Excellent. Nimwe, why has Queen Amidala chosen you for this journey?
I'm her decoy and one of her closest confidants. Anything that she knows, I usually know soon after. And I'm also just here for general protection.
Excellent. And Gradzka. Gradzka, why has the Queen chosen you for this journey?
I am also just a mercenary, but I have been in her employ for years now. And sorry, I tried to keep this up. It's terrible.
You're doing great.
So yeah, that's it. Just been employed for years, general bodyguard type stuff. Maybe even, hey, go fetch groceries. Who knows? He's mercenary.
Ah, lovely. Lovely, lovely. All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and start down the line, and we're going to answer some questions. So, Diva. Diva, the question for you is, who is this distant power you are traveling to, and why do they make you uneasy?
It is quite disturbing, and I would like to get to the bottom. It's messing up.
You cut out at the very end there.
It's messing with my energy.
Oh. Is it still a mystery of a power for you?
Yes.
At this point, if anyone would like to add anything or ask any questions to Diva, you may place a mustache on your face. All right. Jazan.
The energy that they're messing with wouldn't be the Force, and were you possibly a Jedi at some point?
I am a Diva. And yes, it would be worse.
So this distant power is messing with the Force. Oh, we have Zander.
Are you sure that your mumbo jumbo is to be true? The Jedi claim to be protectors, yet they're just war veterans at this point?
I do believe it works, and I do not care for such works. Maybe we should just skip.
Natalie, we cannot hear you.
We're gonna move on to Zander. Gosh, I need to remember to like turn my mic back on. Okay, hey Zander. What do you do for the queen that no one else can do?
So what no one else can do is provide, like, basically an overshot of certain events. Sometimes he's just not seen, just because he is from a very far off distance with a sniper rifle, kind of looking and seeing things from a different perspective. And just letting her know if something's out of the ordinary, keeping her up to date. If I need to take a shot, I will.
Anybody have anything?
Yeah.
Where's your mustache, sir? Thank you. There's order here. Jazan.
Is there?
So, you take a shot. Have you ever worked for the Huts or any of the cartels?
That is my personal business, and that doesn't matter if you need to know that or not.
Already some tension. Let's move on to our next question. We've got this one for Leena. Leena, you've seen a side of the queen that no one else has. Do you hope to see it again?
Yes, because it's nice to see the queen smile and not worried about things.
Is this a side that not many get to see?
Believe so. Usually they see her more stoic and in her position of power, with a level head. Not necessarily a little bit more carefree and...
She has a duty.
She does.
We'll move on to our next question. This one goes over to... Oh, just kidding. Jazan, you have a mustache.
Yeah, I have a question. How is it? How is it you get to see this side of her that not many people do? What is it about you that makes her open up to you?
To ask her what each outfit is in for, event-wise, even if she doesn't tell me every event or the details of every event, you can just learn to read a person and know that sometimes outfits are more than just pretty fabrics, more sentimental, more emotion behind them.
Interesting. Well, Jazan, we're going to go ahead over to you. Jazan, what do you do that pleases the queen on this journey?
Well, I set aside time to regale her of stories of traveling from the distant worlds that people don't get to see that often, from the Chiss to, the meeting the Night Sisters to traveling to, even more known places and seeing the cultures of them, like Chandrilla and so on. She likes to hear my stories.
Of course. Zander.
Let's just say, how can we make sure that you're just not a spy and you go to all these places to gather information for another source?
Well, I was hired by Amidala's, Queen Amidala's family to, teach her about the universe. I've been teaching her for years.
We did did we have a mustache from Ada?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, is there any story in particular that you want to listen to? So we have first.
Well, I was, when I was traveling with a particular ship years ago, I managed to make it to the moons of Nalshada, up in Hut territory. That was a lot of dodging and weaving your way around the folks in that region. They're just, life is cheap. And while I was doing that, I ran into a droid. And this droid, I couldn't even tell you who made it or anything, but he was busily cleaning up this one section of street, going back and forth, back and forth. And one guy decided he wasn't happy with that droid cleaning up this section of the street. It's the one section of this moon that was just, complete trash heap at lots of places, but this one place is perfectly clean. This guy gets angry at it, walks up and kicks the droid, like that's going to take care of the problem. Turns out the droid had a torch for cleaning out harder things, and proceeded to set the man on fire. And then afterwards proceeded to sweep up around his body when he stopped moving.
Well, excellent.
Well, we got there.
We'll go ahead and move on to our next question. How's that? All right. For Nimwe, when did you know you would never forgive the queen?
I mean, there's so many things that you would never forgive someone who's like your sister for. But I think the worst grievance would be one of the ceremonial dresses that was just gorgeous and so much fun to wear. She had them all collected from all of the stand-ins, and we were not allowed to keep that particular one when we'd been able to keep others before, and it was my favorite, and she knew that.
Oh, okay, Zander.
Do you believe this slight to be targeted? Is she punished you for something you've done?
I can't think of anything that I would have done that would warrant punishment. Maybe she just needed the fabric for something else.
I saw Jazan's mustache first.
All right, so you got angry with her about this, and I understand we feel a bit entitled, but aren't you the handmaiden and she's the queen? Doesn't she have the right to do that?
As well, she does. That doesn't mean that I can't have emotions about it.
And did I see something from Wolfkin over here?
No, that was actually just answered.
Okay.
Just now. It's fine.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'll just move on over to you then, shall we?
Sure.
All right. Gradzka, the queen made you feel something you'd never felt before. Do you want it to happen again?
No, because initially when I became in her employ, she looked down upon me like I was just gutter trash, and it was not treated very nicely by her. No one wants that. Just because I am mercenary, I am not worthy of respect from Queen? Seemed a little shady at first. I'm not happy.
Respect on respect. Oh gosh, both of you. Okay, we're gonna go to Zander.
Have you forgiven the queen for what she has done, or do you still harbor resentment?
No, I have forgiven her because it is. Look at me. I look untrustworthy. I know how I look is fine. I get it.
And we've got Jazan.
So, she looked down on you. Did you think you had somehow done something to earn her respect or trust at that point? Or weren't you just another mercenary?
Initially, yes, I was just another mercenary that is now in her employ. No name, still new to the game, kind of. So she thought I was nothing. Nobody, just going to be a meat shield and not around for a while is what it felt like.
It definitely seems interesting from our queen from Naboo. Well, with that, we finished our first round. I really quickly want to thank our audience for being here. Thank you so much for all of the chat submissions and all of the just fun chaos that you all bring. Just wanted to remind you that we are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. If you feel so inclined to donate, we do have a charity link to our Tiltify, and if you donate at least $10, you can ask a question yourself to one of our incredible characters. So just keep that in mind for the future. All right, moving on. We're gonna go back to the top with Diva. The queen once had you punished. What about that memory will stay with you forever?
I did not appreciate the time that I did that. It was so much.
A little closer to your mic, my liv.
I did not appreciate the time that I did in that cellar.
Oh no.
It was very uncomfortable.
Ooh. Jazan.
Yeah, but what did you do that earned you that place in the cellar?
Have some kids to steal some their food while there was a feast. They were hungry. May have been a little bit chaotic.
We got Zander.
If those kids were hungry, why didn't you just pay for their food and actually allow them to feed you with your own money out of your pocket, not money out of hers that was forcibly taken?
I don't really think about such trivial things as
The Jedi don't deal in credits. It's fine. All right, we'll move right along. For Zander, you sometimes think you might be the queen's favorite. Why? And why does this worry you?
So the reason why he maybe thinks that he is the favorite because sometimes he gets very private moments with her, just of, hey Zander, I need a moment of alone time with you, and gets moved off to have a conversation with her in private. Usually it's just mostly war details of, is my security okay? How are people looking? How do others look at me? It is just a lot of Zander looking at people, getting insights, and letting her know what he has seen. What worries him is he might become a target because of all the times he has become alone with her. And people might start getting the hints that it might be something more than what it actually is.
All right, Jazan.
So, you think you're her favorite, and you're worried about it. Are you worried because you don't feel worthy of that affection? Do you think perhaps you're a little too shady to be seen associated with her?
I don't believe I'm too shady. I just don't deserve love.
On an unrelated note, Techo, you are so worthy of love, please.
that's a different character. Techo's not saying that.
I know. I saw Gradzka with a mustache.
Is a fellow mercenary. Why exactly do you feel you are not worthy of love? Is Gradzka not worthy of love now?
Never said you weren't. More specifically, me. I am from a war-torn world where all I know is how to fight, not to love.
It sounds like most of universe.
Leena.
So then what you're saying is you don't think you are capable of learning a new skill? Learning how to love? Learning how to be loved?
It's not that I'm not capable. It's just I am a professional. I am here to do a job, make sure my client is safe, then go on to the next.
All right. As we have an ad going on right now, I just wanted to let you all know that we have raised now, in our first 40 minutes of stream, $95. Congratulations, everybody. We are raising money for a great cause. Mental health is very, very important for so many people, and NAMI is able to grant resources to so many people. So we thank you all so much for each and every donation. Even if we don't reach our goal, which I know that we will, we know that we've already made a change with all of you. So thank you all so much. Okay. How's everybody feeling so far? Everyone feeling pretty good? Yes?
Fantastic.
Excellent. We're gonna keep this ball rolling. Next up, hey Leena. The queen is responsible for the death of someone you loved. Who? And what happened?
He was definitely another servant, but he was committing treason. And as much as I did love him, I understand why she had to make that call.
All right, Zander.
Did you know about the treason beforehand? Are you the reason that he was executed in the first place?
I did not know about the treason. Because he knew, if I knew, I would have also been killed.
Oh, it was love. Jazan.
Gonna pull
Well-
your heartstrings.
Well, so you didn't know, but if this was the love of your life, somebody that you spend time with a lot, shouldn't you have known? Or were you just not paying that much attention?
Jeremiah, I'm gonna stab you so hard after this. Okay. Do you tell your lovers all your secrets, even if you know it will get them killed?
Well, try not to have too many secrets. I'm an open book.
Sorry. All right, we're going to move on. Ooh-wee. So this one's for Jazan. What question do you wish you could ask the queen, but what keeps you from asking it?
So I have been wondering something since that whole affair with the trade union and the Jedi and all that jazz. What was going on with her and that young Jedi? What was it, Obi-Wan? Whatever. Like, they seemed like they should. Like, they had a lot in common. They, I know the Jedi are big on not having relationships, but maybe something could have been there. They're both of close ages, and I thought maybe there should have been something there, but asking the queen about that sort of thing seems a bit inappropriate. It's, poor decorum.
Fair enough. Leena wants to so bad. Leena, go!
You pride yourself on knowledge and questioning things, correct, as a tutor?
Oh, yeah.
So then why not just simply ask? It's more knowledge, get to know your pupils better, and who's to say she wasn't just being polite, friendly, opening up to someone else?
Well, as the second part of your question, she may have been just being friendly. Although that seemed like there was a thing there. But I think maybe there are some questions that are harder to ask people, particularly if you're in a mentor role, as opposed to like just being somebody's friend. Like, you might be able to get away with answering that question because you're on that level, but I'm also a teacher, and it seemed extra weird to be asking as a teacher.
You got Gradzka's attention.
Yeah, why is that information any of your business anyways?
Well, I suppose that's not directly my business, but worry about my student. I want her to be happy, and it's a kind of a lonely life being the queen, and I want her to experience some joy and excitement.
Understood.
Excellent. Let's move on. We have Nimwe. Serving the queen is your duty. What do you do for her that is also your pleasure?
When we don't have to look identical for safety reasons, we get to do, we have slumber parties of sorts with all of the handmaidens. And so we'll do our hair in all completely different styles to see what we can achieve and see how different we can make each other look. And I think that is very fun, and I think it lets her relax a little in such a stressful position.
I see Jazan.
So you get to enjoy those moments where you don't have to look like each other? Does actually get made up to look like her and be a distraction inhibit your ability to be close to her? Does that make it weird for you as far as that goes?
It's certainly an interesting dynamic because we do have to learn so much about who and how she exists. But at the same time, we can't not be close. Because of the words. Something of our position. Because of the nature of our positions, it's how it has to be.
All right. We have Diva.
As in, what's with your sense of identity to always be dressing like somebody else?
There are certain walls that I put up to sort of have those different pieces that I am allowed to show at any given time. I think it would mess with anyone, and if it doesn't, well, I don't know what to say to that.
Fair enough. All right. And Gradzka. You were once summoned to a private meeting with the Queen. Why did you feel disappointed afterward?
This goes back to when he was first initially brought on. When I was first initially brought on board, there was a private meeting where she basically did tell me that I am just there to be meat shield if necessary, and she does not expect much out of trash like me. So I'm pretty sure anyone would feel disappointed after hearing that from their employer for one, and also, some high and mighty queen.
Zander.
Now that it's been years since that meeting, have you had another meeting where she has pulled back on what she said, or has she doubled down?
Yes, there's been another meeting in past year. She said she misjudged me based off of appearance and her own maybe innate prejudices that she did not know she had. And since growing older and becoming wiser and also seeing how hard I work for her, she changed her mind about me and possibly maybe other people along the line as well.
Jazan.
So, you're here because you obviously love her like the rest of us do. Why do you love her if she's been so mean to you?
Partly because the pay is so good. Some of us care about credit, oddly enough. I know, weird concept. But also the way she started to treat me was different. Did not continue to treat me like a meat shield, like a person. We've had a few talks here and there to where I can learn about her actual personality and not just the front that she puts on as queen all the time. So gotten to know her a little bit as a real person, and she started treating me like a real person, so it's nice,
Right. Going back up to the top. For Diva. The Queen has ordered you to not speak to another member of the retinue. Who, and do you know why?
I'm retinue. What does that mean?
The party. So with the group. So the Queen has ordered you not to speak to another one of these members. Who is it, and do you know why?
So, for some reason, I have been ordered not to speak to Nimwe. Because I'm not really sure why. Maybe there's some secret that I shouldn't know about. She doesn't want me to know about. Not really sure.
Very interesting. I knew it. Leena, you were first.
Probably brain cell with the two of us here.
Well, the
And
three
maybe
of you.
Perhaps because of the powers that you said you were feeling earlier tugging at you. Maybe it has something to do with that and her being so close to the queen with her role and everything.
Do one more time. Diva, if you could answer one more time.
Maybe she's being cautious about something in regards to me.
Zander.
Do you think that the Queen has a feeling that maybe the Queen believes that she knows something deep about that person? Do you believe it's just she's trying to protect one of their own, or maybe she's hiding a terrible secret? Which one do you believe?
Well, Nimwe is quite close to the queen, so perhaps there's a secret that allowed me.
Jazan.
So, you're not supposed to talk and spend time with Nimwe. Do you think that it's because she doesn't trust Nimwe or doesn't trust you?
I'm not quite sure.
It's a lot of uncertainty.
Anyway, you have had problems with the queen.
Oh, Nimwe.
I can't recall having any issues with the queen. I'm not sure why she would order you not to talk to me.
Alrighty. It's getting a little spicy. Alright, moving on. Zander. Why are some others at the royal court jealous of your relationship with the queen?
It's probably before due to some of those private meetings, due to having her ear in certain aspects and requesting meetings and almost immediately always getting them. If you were to say, we're not going that route, she just says, okay, we go wherever you think is best. And we'll usher a different route of where potentially it could have been dangerous or anything like that, because I have proven before that usually I'm able to see things that other people can't.
Yes, Jazan.
Well, here's a question. If they are a bit jealous and such, do you actually get some enjoyment out of generating that jealousy? Do you lean into it to make it more prevalent?
Yes.
No, I don't lean into it and make it more prevalent. That means I would have to care.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. All right. Hey, Leena.
Hey.
This journey isn't just about diplomatic negotiations. You would know. What else do you suspect is going on and why?
I suspect we are going on a rendezvous to go meet up with a Jedi friend of hers.
Is it a specific Jedi friend of hers?
It is one that I believe should have been shipped in the series, but we ain't gonna go there.
Yes, Zander?
What per se? Why do you think this? Which Jedi is it?
I ain't no gossip, but I will say she did ask for a very specific yellow dress. Something easy to move in.
Diva.
You do know that passion is not detected by the Jedi Code. We cannot be giving into such things.
Familiar with the code as those who practice, but I'm sure our queen will respect the code he follows, if that is what you all are suspecting.
Yes, Jazan?
Well, I mean, obviously I've shared the suspicion on a particular Jedi, and I've heard that he has been involved with other people, but I think I need to ask, do you approve of her choice? Do you think he's worth her attention? Or do you think she should be paying attention elsewhere?
I think that as much as she has my brain just forgot the word. As much as she has a duty to her responsibilities of being a queen, she should also take time to herself and enjoy her own happiness and things that bring her happiness and joy. Whether it's companionship, even if it's temporary or not, or just a lovely chat with a friend, and forgetting those queenly responsibilities just for a moment.
Alrighty, we're moving on over to Jazan. Jazan, the queen once offered you comfort. What about that memory will stay with you forever?
Yeah, well, you know, the queen is a very sensitive and kind person, and she found me a bit in my drinks one night, because I had gotten some word that an old friend of mine had been gotten involved with this new separatist movements going around the galaxy, and I was afraid for my friend, and I was a bit too in my rocks, and she was just kind and listened and you know, said kind things to me while I was lamenting the dangers to my old friend.
Mute it, Nat.
I think that
you're
is a
quiet again.
very nice thing that the queen has done for you. Darn my mic muting capabilities. I saw Gradzka.
So let me, I just want to make sure I heard correctly. You became drunken, whiny mess, and Queen console you?
I am not ashamed that I felt emotional and drank a bit too much. But yeah, she was kind to me despite being in my drinks. You know, it's not like some, mercenaries who might be doing that on a regular basis and earning their reputation.
Because we can handle our alcohol.
You certainly handle a lot of it.
It's true.
All right. Nimwe, how does the queen remind you of her status while on this journey?
I suppose that there are times where I get a little too familiar, where I forget that we are on a diplomatic excursion and not a trip between friends. And so she has to remind me of that. Typically, she has a very strong look.
Zander.
Does it sometimes make you sad when she gives you the look or reminds you that you're doing a job, that you're
Drink iced coffee and it attack. Drink iced coffee.
I think it's
and it attack.
disappointing that she has to always have this guard. And I miss when we were younger and she didn't have such responsibilities. I think it was easier to connect with her then.
Jazan.
So, do you wish that she didn't have that position so the two of you could have a different kind of relationship?
No, she's doing so much good, and she is so passionate about what she does. I would never ask her to not do that. I just miss what we used to be as I figure out what we are
All right. I am still okay, cool. Sorry, I have to make sure. Gradzka. Some would say the queen is not your queen. Why do you serve her anyway?
Well, as I mentioned before, the pay was too good to pass up, especially in the beginning and with the hostility and judgment I got from her, but I stick around. Again, pay has gotten better too. But again, she has shown me that she can change and grow as not only just a person, but as a member of royalty, which is pretty rare. So since she started treating me like almost like an equal, I understand where I am at in the pecking order. It has definitely changed my perception of her as person and queen.
Very nice. Jazan?
There'll be no further questions, Jazan. No further questions.
Nope. More questions, Jazan.
If it's just, the credits, at least if that's important to you, what's to say that somebody else might not offer more credits and buy your loyalty away from her?
That is fair question, especially considering mercenary. Again, totally understand. But I said I also stick around because she changed. She learned and she grow as person and start to treat me also like a person and not trash. So that definitely earns loyalty that credits cannot buy.
Or they'll just have to pay more.
Xander.
It would.
So you said the pay has gone up, correct? What happens if she still changed but the pay went down?
I would. That'd be fine. Again, I stick. The pay is good. It is. I keep saying yes. Pay is good. If pay goes down again, no big deal because I am loyal to Queen.
How long does that loyalty last until she stops paying you?
I feel I would still stick around even if not paid, because again, she has earned my loyalty beyond the credits.
Oh, no longer a mercenary, just a guard. Gotcha.
Sounds very judgy coming from you, Mando.
Dang. Oh my goodness. We have gotten a lot of interesting dynamics in our party. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick 5 to 10 minute break for my players to go ahead and just get water, take a bio break, whatever. To all of you in the audience, I suggest that you all do the same. Please don't forget that we are raising money for NAMI, so please make sure to go ahead and, if you are able to, check out our charity link. If you donate $10, you are able to ask any of our characters a question, and we will be right back to answer those questions in just a little bit, so stick around. And welcome back. We are here to play for the Queen in the style of Star Wars for the Queen Amidala as we raise money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Health. If you would like to be a part of our story and donate at least $10, you can ask questions to our lovely cast members, which we already have quite the tea, I would say, and quite the dynamic with a lot of our characters. But we're gonna go ahead and continue right down the line. Going back on over to Diva. Diva, your next question. The Queen thinks more highly of you than you do yourself. How do you know this?
Oh, well, I did. I don't think I'm the best person for hiring for such a job, and I'm more of an artist, really. But she hired me anyway.
Zander.
Well, you're supposed to be a Jedi. Art's not really your thing. Are you
Well-
debating on leaving the order to pursue your art after this?
Iced coffee.
Oh,
And
no,
it get
I do it in
back.
secret. Of course,
Drink
I am
iced
of a race that
coffee.
is known.
And it get back.
I'm no different.
Jazan.
Well, the Jedi are legendary, and you think that maybe her having high opinion of a legendary order and members thereof is inappropriate?
No, not at all. It's just in regards to me, personally.
I will say that I do think that we can all attest that there are some people out in this world that do think more highly of us than we do ourselves. So it is... It's definitely... Don't you shake your head at me, Jeremiah. Don't you shake your head
Jeremiah.
at me.
I will
It's fucking
bring the
business
threat on air. I will walk to
literally-
your state.
I literally asked all of you to be here, so quiet. Just kidding. All right, we're gonna move on to our next question for Zander. Zander, part of you wants this proposed alliance to fail. Why?
The reason why I want it to fail, because I truly believe of my insights that these people will betray her down the line. They will connive, they will plot. Eventually, she will have a downfall because of these people she's trying to make an alliance with.
Nimwe.
Have you spoken to her in your one-on-one meetings, of which you seem to have so many, about these concerns? And what has she said in response to them?
I have. We've had a talk about it, but she did swear me to secrecy. So, unfortunately, I will not be partaking in what she told her.
Gradzka.
So, regardless of sworn to secrecy, what I'm hearing is you don't trust the Queen's ability to fend for herself or the people that she chooses to surround herself with to protect her from people who hold your suspicion as they do. Have you no faith in our Queen?
Well, there's a thing called faith and a thing called having a concern. I told my concern, and now have faith in her to take what she wants with that concern and make the right decision.
Jazan.
Interesting.
So, you're afraid they're basically going to double cross this. So, is this speaking from past experience? Have you had bad dealings with these people, or maybe you've been in a position where you had to double cross someone?
I have not had to double cross someone, but I have been in a situation where I have been double crossed, as my former legion of what I used to be a part of betrayed me, so I know the signs.
Gradzka again.
Why did your legion betray you in particular? What did you do that was so terrible? They said no.
I broke the Mandalorian code to save a child. I took off my helmet in public because a child was scared and wouldn't come with me because my helmet looked too scary. So I took it off. And I was seen doing it. And in my society, that is one of the most heinous things to take out your helmet in public for any reason.
Jazan.
I've been to Mandalore, of course, and I seem to remember that is actually the views of a cult on Mandalore. The vast majority of Mandalorians have no problem taking off their helmets. So, are you admitting that you're part of a cult?
We're not a cult, or my views have changed. I was a part of Night Watch. We were honestly zealots at that point, and I've come to realize that they are zealots. That Mandalore needs to change. It's why my helmet came off for that child. I decided that I have my own views instead of the zealots that they are. Muted.
Muted friend.
I'm loving all of this tea. There's so much tea.
I need more.
More tea. Well, we're gonna go ahead and move on over. This is not the way. We're gonna move on over to Leena. Leena, what promise did the Queen make to you before this journey? Do you think she'll keep it?
That we will return home safe, and I think she will.
Seems a rather fair promise. Zander?
Oh, is there concern that we won't go home safe? Do you not believe in the mercenaries of this crew to keep us all safe from harm?
That's not what I said, and anything could go wrong. A ship can malfunction, a droid can go awry. It doesn't just mean the people who are walking around and physically protecting us could betray us or not do their jobs. Could just be something as simple as a technical error that could spiral out of control.
Jazan?
You know, she felt the need to reassure you because you felt uncertain or nervous about something. Is that really what you were nervous or uncertain about, or was there something else that was making you nervous?
I can tell you that that is all I have been nervous about since we've stepped on this ship.
It's very interesting. Oh, Gradzka.
So just like drunken buffoon over here got in his feels, you start to feel some kind of way, and so Queen now must console you? Because you are not adult, apparently? You are acting like child?
I've never traveled off planet. This is my first time. Is it not
Chill.
natural to be nervous your first time traveling?
No.
Okay, wow. Some people like to stir the pot, and I'm all for it. We have a quick question from a donation for all of you. And for this one, I'll go ahead and ask for either a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumb in the middle, just to kind of save time and continue on. So, the question that we have is, what is your opinion on the Jedi Order? So whether it is a good opinion, a bad opinion, or a not so sure. We'll go ahead and start everyone not so sure. And then on the count of 3, we will reveal our answers. All right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Okay. This is very interesting information for our lovely Jedi in the corner. All right. We'll go ahead and, right, throwing hands, get that yellow card ready. Oh my gosh. All right, we're moving on. We've got Jazan. Jazan, what is something you do for the Queen that has prepared you well for this journey?
Well, since I've been in her service, I've been around to tell her lots of stories and advised her on various peoples that she's met. And as a result, I've kind of become a little more adept to diplomatic situations. Yeah, most of my experience out on the fringes were just that, on the fringes. I didn't get to spend time with nobility when I was, hanging out on Chandrilla or, the never been to, noble courts before coming here. Never went even, you find me in places like Tatooine and Nar Shaddaa, and, occasionally I'll go to someplace like Coruscant where you got all types, but never any of the top tier until I met her parents on a particular job, helped protect them from some circumstances, and they hired me to do this sort of thing. So now I get to spend more time around those of a higher station, as they say, and that's something that my storytelling has helped her, and it's helped me.
Stories of history and of the planets are very useful on a journey like this. We'll go ahead and move on over to Nimwe. Nimwe, what is the most difficult part of this journey, and what makes you so adept at overcoming it?
I think that any sort of travel requires a lot of adapting to whatever happens in the moment. And as someone who has to so often not be myself and adapt to various things that I would not see in my personal day-to-day, I think that makes it very easy for me to do damage control or find a fix to any various issues.
Jazan.
So you think that pretending to be somebody you're not has helped you to be better adept at dealing with situations?
I have to act as not myself and put myself into different shoes. I don't see how that would not help me.
Gradzka.
You are good at deceiving people, is what I'm hearing?
As the queen wishes.
Noted.
All right, Gradzka, speaking of, what specific restraints has the queen placed on you that doesn't apply to anyone else?
Brain go blank. Wow.
And that is okay. You're allowed to say pass, too, if you want to pass this on to the next person.
I will pass, yes.
Okay. Then we're going to ask the same question to Diva. Diva, what specific restraints has the queen placed on you that doesn't apply to anyone else? You want to pass as well? Then we will go ahead back to Gradzka, and I'm going to ask a new question. Gradzka, when was the last time you had the Queen's undivided attention, and do you hope to have it again?
The last time I had undivided attention was my annual review on my work and how good and or bad I am doing in my position. And yes, of course, I hope to have that happen again, because it is good to know where I stand and if I have to make any improvements that the Queen feels is necessary, or where I am excelling. It's always good to know.
Zander.
What was the report? What some of the things that she found good about the work you've done?
Literally everything.
Golden child over here.
I am
Nimwe.
exceptional at everything I do.
So she had no critiques for your work and your service? Nothing you could do differently or better?
Not is professionally, no. Top tier, 5 stars across board, no complaints. Personally, she feels that maybe I could open up more to people in her retinue, perhaps other mercenaries she has hired, and not be such a lone wolf, as it were.
I'm gonna go to Leena.
Would you care to share the details of this performance that you keep mentioning? Or is that classified information?
That is for the Queen and I to know, not you.
I'm sure I'll hear about it later.
Jazan.
Does it mean that much to you because you aren't used to having the undivided attention of anyone?
Oh, rude. I wasn't even a target. Rude.
Yeah, first off, wow. I need you to be quieter when you ask your questions. Yes, and also it means a lot because she is queen, and she gives me undivided attention when she has so many responsibilities and other people to look after as well. So it does feel a little... She's taking time out of her busy flipping day to tell me how I'm doing? Come on, how could you not love that?
Well, you know, it's a lot of things going on with Gradzka over here. We're going to move on back over to Diva. Diva, if you left or were dismissed from the Queen's service, what life would you return to?
I guess I would just wait for the next hire, next job.
Back to the Jedi Council. Zander.
If you were to return to the Jedi Council, what do you believe your job would be there? Do you believe you'll just be sent out to be another protector?
I would probably be sent on archive duty.
Jazan.
If you're so proud of your Jedi work and such, why haven't you left to go back to being a member of the Jedi and helping more people out? I mean, I get wanting to help the Queen out. She does a lot of good work, but wouldn't a wandering Jedi be more useful to the galaxy?
Of course, this is my current job. And yeah, I would be going for the next one. Wait for that. Next chance. But this job is also important.
Gradzka.
What if Jedi Council ordered you instead to no longer protect the Queen and instead get rid of?
Well, that would be quite a dilemma. I don't need to know about it that I follow through on the job. Just trust that there won't be any consequences.
I'm sensing a morally gray Jedi over here. Really quickly, I do want to make an announcement that we did in fact reach our first goal of $250. Congratulations to everyone on the stream and all of you. Thank you so much. This is not possible without you all. We did raise the goal to another $100 more because we want to just say that you can continue to donate to these causes. All of these causes are super duper important, and anything that we can do to spark change is going to be the right direction, especially in the world that we live in today. So once again, thank you all so much. And yeah, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep playing. If you donate $10, you can ask a question of your own to any one of these players. We'll have a good time. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Ah! Okay. Sorry, I can't be so excited, but I can, and I will. Moving on over to Zander. Zander, the Queen trusts you, but no one else in the royal court does. Why?
Probably because I refuse to remove my helmet in front of them. They probably still maybe assume that I'm still a zealot, and I still might betray the queen.
Alrighty, we're gonna start with Jazan.
Well, why don't you want to take your helmet off? Is it because you're not as reformed as you like to present?
No, that's not the case. I am reformed, but I am making what my tradition is on my own now. I am no longer associated with those people, but I do take at least some of the things that they do, and I'm trying to turn it into a new thing. I don't take off my helmet. It's more an oath to myself, just to continue to prove who I truly am, and not what other people make me to be.
We're gonna go to Nimwe.
You take your helmet off on our traveling ship. Have we seen who you are? Has the queen?
You have not. The queen has. You haven't.
And I saw Gradzka a little bit earlier.
So, if we don't see your face, how can we trust you? You could be 2, triple, quadrillion face for all we know. You could be playing so many sides. We don't know who you are. You could even be switched out every now and then. You could be 3 different. You could be triplets. I don't know.
True.
How do we trust you?
Well, I continue to show you what I can do. I continue to show that I am loyal to her, and I will continue to do as I need to protect her, even if you don't like it.
We're gonna go to. Sorry, we're gonna go to Leena really quick.
Do you mean you as in the individual or plural?
Plural. None of you have seen my face.
Jazan.
Alright, so none of us have seen your face. Has the queen?
Yeah, I answered that earlier. She did. She has seen my face.
Gradzka.
So what you're saying is you are no longer mercenary. You are now just a guard.
No, that's not the case. She's seen my face because that was a part of the payments. Or not part of the payment. That was part of the deal in order to be hired on. I'm still getting paid. And as soon as the payment stops, I will move on to the next.
Conflicting.
Jazan.
Is there some sort of scar under the mask? Is that why you don't like to take it off?
No answer.
Damn, Nimwe.
So you said that as soon as the payment stops, you move on to the next. Does that mean that you are less loyal to our queen because of you are only tied to the money?
No, I have a code. My code is she pays me to take into her protection. And that will continue to do until the payment stops. Once payment stops, I will move on to the next person and will no longer associate with her or take missions against her. That is my code.
Very interesting. Gradzka.
Does that code also apply to all prior clients or just the queen for some reason?
What did you like to know? That is my answer.
While we're still on Zander, I did see a question that came about that I did not see until now. This is specifically for you. Have you taken off your helmet in front of the rest of the crew? Yes. We have seen that. So congratulations, anonymous questioner. Your answer has been received. I should have read that before I made the announcement. It's fine, guys. We're all chilling. We're all learning. All right.
We're professionals.
We're professionals here. Very professional.
We're totally professionals.
I mean, we could be. Darrington Press. You see anything you like? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead over to Leena. Leena, what did you bring with you to protect the queen?
I brought my tools.
Zander?
You are muted.
Excuse my language. What the fuck are these tools?
My scissors, my needles. Everything a seamstress needs.
I mean,
Hairpins.
Diva.
Do you plan on using it in the combat, or how is that going to protect the queen?
If I need to, they can be implemented as weapons.
Jazan.
So, you brought your tools to protect the queen. This leads to a couple of questions, actually. First, were you somehow specially trained to use your tools in combat so that you should think that this is actually protection? And if not, why wouldn't you bring your tools? That is, in fact, your job.
I was not necessarily trained in combat, but I can imagine if someone got stabbed in the eye or the neck, they would not be getting that far.
Gradzka,
Also, who would suspect this? Oh,
no,
who would
go-
suspect the seamstress?
We're gonna go to Zander.
You say you're not trained in art of combat. Were you trained in the art of assassination?
No.
Anything else for our lovely seamstress? All right, we're gonna move on over to Jazan. Other than the queen, there is someone else in the retinue that you love. Why are you keeping it a secret? Sass-ination. Blah. Thank you, Humphrey.
Humphrey. Mwah.
Somebody else in the retinue that I love, and why am I keeping it a secret? I can't do turnabout as fair play on this one either.
Don't forget you're
I
allowed
will-
to pass.
You know what? I am going to pass.
All right. Nimwe. Other than the queen, you pass as well? Then we're going back over to Jazan. Jazan, how can people tell just by looking at you that you serve the queen? And do you mind it being so obvious?
Well, you know, I'm obviously a man of quality and bearing, and I think that shows quite a bit. And you know, I've been known to wear her emblem from time to time. You know, I get seen around her a lot, so you know, that's how people can tell I'm working for the queen. And well, I don't mind it being obvious. I mean, it's hard to hide some things. You know, I recognize I carry myself with a certain amount of confidence and bearing, and I don't mind, you know, being associated with the queen ever. Like, this is my favorite job, and definitely not because of the money, but because, you know, she's a really good person, does good work, and I like working for her.
Zander.
Do you see yourself being with her for the rest of your life? Continuing to teach her, continue to guide her? Do you think this is a lifelong job to you?
As long as she needs me, I'll be here. I think that's. I'm certainly signing up for life. She may decide at some point she doesn't need my help anymore, and that's fine too. But I've certainly signed up for life.
Gradzka.
This was your favorite job. What other jobs have you had in the past?
Oh, you know, courier, smuggler. I've been able to help some folks get out of tough situations. I've done your kind of work before. I just wasn't, well, as you about it as you are. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty, we're gonna move back on over to Nimwe. Nimwe, the Queen ordered you to do something you knew you would regret. Have you forgiven yourself for doing it?
I think that there's a fine line that I play between duty to myself and duty to the Queen, and I don't know how much you can reconcile before it becomes too much. So maybe one day.
Zander.
What did she ask you to do that made this conundrum happen?
She ordered me not to speak of it. So I cannot say.
Jazan.
So how often have you been asked to do this thing you won't tell us what you did? Is it more than once?
This particular task was one time. There have been others.
Zander.
So there have been others. Does that mean you'll throw away your own morals for her?
Just what if I am asked to do it, I cannot disobey a direct order from my queen.
Alrighty. Gradzka. You sometimes think of one member of the retinue is the Queen's favorite. Who and what makes you think this?
It is me because I am awesome. Next question.
Zander.
So you believe that you're the favorite. Why have you come to this believement? Is it just your head so far up your butt?
No, it is because of our, the wonderful annual reviews where she tells me that I am continuously performing way above her expectations, way above where you are currently at, and that is what I go off of.
Oh, so she tells you you're amazing once a year. You have a big head about it. Okay.
Leena.
I'm sorry, I forgot it instantly because of that comment.
We'll come back to you. Jazan.
So, how long has delusion been a part of your overall presentation? Is this a new thing, or is it just since becoming part of the Queen's retinue?
I guess if we're going tit for tat, then it would be as long as you've been jealous.
Oh.
All right. So, my players, it has come to that time because we are at our final question and or statement. The queen is under attack. Do you defend her? What we're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you all about a minute to a minute and a half to think about your answer. I want you to think about all of the information you have gathered from this entire journey that we have learned more about each other, kind of gotten a good idea of how the queen truly is, and in a little bit we are going to reveal those answers one by one. To my audience, thank you again so much for being here. Don't forget that we are still, even to this moment, raising money for charity for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. If you feel so inclined to donate, there is a charity link right up at the top that's pinned, or I'll go ahead and put it right on over there. Every dollar helps. If you donate $10, I will even allow you to answer or to ask one more question to any of our characters. So you have about a minute if you would like to do that. Otherwise, thank you again. We try to do this once a month, different causes with different themes of different stories, but all to the same structure of For the Queen, because as you can tell, it's a lot of fun. Players, have you been having fun so far?
Absolutely.
Loads. I'm having so much fun. Did not expect it to turn out this way.
Oh, don't you worry.
Confrontational.
Listen, I'm starting to think that there may be something more between Zander and Gradzka.
It's definitely
I'd ship that.
interesting.
I do too.
Enemies
Yes.
to lovers, yeah. That is
Rivals to lovers, let's go. Oh my gosh. All right, my players, have you had time to think about your answer?
Yeah.
All right, so here's how we're gonna do things. We're gonna do things a little similarly to how we identified what our thoughts were on the Jedi Order. You're gonna go ahead and put your thumb just like this for me, everybody. And on the count of 3, you are going to either do a thumbs up for if you defend the queen, or you're going to put a thumbs down if you do not defend her. All right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. So that is so interesting. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go one by one. I'm going to start with our lovely Jedi, Diva. Diva, can you please explain why you defend the queen today?
Well, currently I have no beef with the queen, and she hired me to do this. It does not go against my code. Yeah. And yes, I will indeed defend the queen.
Excellent. Zander, why do you defend the queen this day?
He does defend the queen because he does have his own code. He's developed his own code, some of it from the Mandalorian, some of it from other he's been in. And his code is to stand with the person that has hired him into the end.
Leena, you have changed since we first started. Why are you not defending the queen?
I believe there's other people that would be better suited for the position.
Okay. Jazan, you've decided to defend the queen this day. Why?
Well, as I said before, she's a good person. I care about her outcomes, care about her life. I signed up for life and willing to put my life on the line. Also, I don't trust, some of her mercenaries, so I was extra watchful.
Alrighty. Nimwe, you are defending the queen this day. Why?
Regardless of what she asks me to do, regardless of my own feelings, at the end of the day, she is likened to my sister, and therefore I will always defend her.
And last but not least, which is not surprising, Gradzka. Why have you decided to betray the queen?
Gradzka has been double agent entire time, waiting for signal to act. He feels this is the signal, and because of that, it also seems like a good way to get rid of another Jedi. So yeah, it's not working. There we go. Stupid background. It's red.
He was a Sith Lord this whole time. Okay, this is the time, players. Take a seat. I'm going to pull the scene away just for a moment. We find ourselves on the outskirts of Naboo, the Queen about to board her vessel in order to travel to this distant land. But before boarding, there is an abrupt noise that comes around the corner from the ship. And all of a sudden, 3 mercenaries pop up out of nowhere, and they look menacing. Some of you have decided to take a stance, but then there are others who slip into the background. The Queen is terrified as we see Jazan, Diva, Zander, and Nimwe make a circle around the Queen. No sight to be seen from Leena or Gradzka, until suddenly from behind, you hear vizhing. A red saber comes from Gradzka's grip. Diva knew there was something wrong with the Force as she was on this planet, and goes head to head with Gradzka, with the help of Zander, mind you. For Zander had a personal vendetta against this mercenary who called him out on several occasions. We have Jazan and Nimwe around the Queen, but her other personal bodyguards have come out of nowhere because they were setting up the ship, and they take down several of the mercenaries as well. The Queen looks to Nimwe and holds her hands and says, "My Queen, I'm so sorry that we got this far. And I'm so glad that you're safe." Nimwe is revealed to be the Queen all along. And Jazan, very perplexed on what just happened, but also not deterred at all, because he knows the ways of Naboo and he knows the ways of the decoys. Leena slips off into the distance, nothing to be heard from again. And you see, finally in the background, as the Queen, Nimwe, the Queen, and Jazan board the ship, you see the battle between Gradzka and Diva and Zander. The doors close, the ship sets off, and the scene goes dark. And that is where we're going to leave for the Queen today. Thank you all so much for joining us for this For the Cause event. We are so happy that you all were able to join us, and thank you all so much for helping us reach our goal of $250. This was so much fun. Players, did you all have a good time?
Absolutely.
Yay!
Fantastic time.
We try to do this once a month, so please stay tuned for our upcoming game coming up in June, where we're going to take a bit of a pride difference to it because it is Pride Month. It's going to be great. Once again, thank you all so much. If you choose to, the donations will continue to flow to our amazing organization, NAMI, until the end of the month, so please feel free to donate at any time using the link provided not only here, but also on my personal beacons, which I'll go ahead and post because why not? Otherwise, thank you all again so much. We hope to see you all next time, and when in doubt, choose chaos. See you next time.